Hello all. Now in this lecture we are going to see some important concepts in functions which are arguments and keyword arguments. We normally represented as star args and double star quarks, which is nothing but keyword arguments. So this star args will let you pass arbitrary number of arguments in a function without redefining them. So now let's consider a function. So I'm defining it now. F1 the arguments a comma b. So this is addition function, so it returns sum term a plus b. So now if I call the function, the value of 1 and now I'm passing 1 comma 1. So if I run this now, you can see the sum 2. So now the question arises when in some cases I have to pass more number of arguments here. Let's see how to do it. So maybe in first case, we think of adding more number of arguments here with the default value 0, so it won't throw error. Here plus c plus d. So now if we run this, you will get the same result. So this is one of the method. So in case if you give more numbers other than what you defined here in the arguments, so it won't take it. So a, b, c, d all are positional arguments. It means the number in the first will be assigned to the argument A, so second will assign to B, so it's like that. So if you give an extra number other than the declared position arguments, you will get an error. Since 4 position arguments are declared in the function, but we are trying to pass 5, so it throws an error. In that case, we can use the property of star args. So simply have to delete this and type star args. So now I'm just passing two arguments here, 1 comma 1, and here you just have to give args. So what it will does is it will create n number of positional arguments. So what Python does is it will just take the number and assign it to the argument. The number of arguments you pass it here will be assigned to star args as tuples. So the function will run. So if you run this, you can see the result, and you can give n number of positional arguments and check. So if I run this again, you can see the result. So let's check what the variable args look like. So we can just print it here instead of returning, just printing args. Initially I'm sending just 3 numbers. So if I run it, you can see this is how the args look like. So whatever the number you give here, it will be assigned as tuples inside the args. So Python will decide whatever the name after the stars, it will assign the value passed to the argument as tuples. Any kind of function you can use this tuple and you can get the data to pass through. And this is very much helpful in lot of ways. So let's see them one by one. So this args, instead of args, you can use any other keyword because whole point here is starting with a, sorry, starting with star. So instead of args, you can use any variable you want. So instead of args, you can use any name for your argument, but args is used universally. So someone else looking to your code won't be get confused because of it. It can handle for arbitrary number of arguments and can change over them as tuples inside the function, and we can handle them. So you can unpack the arguments just by simply adding a for loop x in args. Here I am printing the args just to check how many arguments I am passing. So now if I run this, you can see the arbitrary number of arguments passed, which is 113. So now we can use this argument append to a function. Similarly, Python allows us to create arbitrary number of keyword arguments. So let's see them. Instead of having a tuple, you can build a dictionary using keyword arguments, which can be defined by star star quarks. which is keyword arguments. So now let's see an example using keyword arguments. Here I was creating a function for checking which animal is given here. We'll delete this. I'm giving indentation now. So if dog in quacks, so it is just the key I'm checking. It is there. So strings method. The name of dog is quacks with the key value dog. Else print not dog. Okay, so now if you call the function and pass the parameter, which is the name of the dog is Sherin. So now if I run the code, you can see the result here. This is not necessary because the function doesn't return and it's printing none. So just remove the keyword print. So now we can see if I run this, you can see the name of the dog. If I change the animal to cat, you can see this send is executed. So what it does is it will just check the key and then it will print the value associated with the key. If you want to see how the value in quarks is stored, you can just print quarks. So I'm just passing another value. So these are the three arguments I'm just passing as key value pass to the quarks. So if I run this, you can see the result here. It's checking the key dog and printing the value stored in it. This line you can see this is the format in which arguments in quarks is stored. So like args, you can use any name here. Only this two star matters because it's saying it's a keyword argument. But we are following convention here, so we are using and sticking with quarks. So now let's see an example with both args and quarks single function. So I'm just defining args, comma, double star quarks, and now I'm just printing using reference method. I have args. So as you know, the value in args is stored as tuples. I just want to grab the first element, args, and then I'm in quarks it will be stored as dictionary. So I'm just fishing for a suite here, quarks with the key suite. Okay, so I'll change this to double quotes because I'm using single quotes inside. Okay, now if I call the function and I will pass the argument 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you can see I'm passing n number of arguments. It will be assigned to args since it's not a key value pair. So if I use a key value pair, fruit equal to apple. Okay, I'll just leave this. I think this is not necessary. So you can pass n number of quarks here. So now if I run this set of code, you can see the result here. It's just grabbing the first of args and dictionary with the keyword argument key suite. So if I print them separately, print args, print quarks. Now you can see how the data we are passing is stored. So this is a tuple and here it's a dictionary. So what if I again define an arg here? So after key value pair I'm just declaring an args here. So it is not taking because it's throwing the syntax error positional argument follows keyword argument. So this is a positional argument which follows a keyword argument. So that's it for this video. Meet you in the next lecture. If you have any doubts, just post them in the comment section. And if you feel this video useful, please do like, share, and subscribe to What We Know. Thanks for watching.